Welcome back to Well Kept Wednesday. It's your favorite homegirl, Koereyelle, back with another hopefully helpful, resourceful, valuable session where I can create a safe space for us to share this much needed and little known wellness information. Well Kept Wednesdays is meant for millennial women just like me who want to intentionally invest on not just doing well, but truly being well. So I cannot believe that this is episode 7. If you are just getting caught up with Well Kept Wednesdays, then you have absolutely missed out on some amazing conversations. We've talked about everything from castor oil to root canals and virtually everything in between. Today's conversation is definitely going to be full of some controversial conversations, but ones that I think are definitely rooted in truth, which is the opposite of a lot of the conversations, a lot of the things that we have been led to believe that are rooted in misinformation. Now, I got to give y'all an update on my mouth, okay? If you ain't new to this, you are true to this, then you know a couple of episodes ago, I talked to y'all about why I have to get 4 teeth pulled. If you missed it, go back and get the backstory. But those 4 teeth actually turned into 5. I know. 5 teeth that I have had to get removed just this year alone. So I'm not going to bore y'all with the backstory. There's an entire episode. I think it might be episode 4 or 5 where I talked about getting these teeth pulled. I talked about the truth behind root canals. And this isn't just like something that I heard about. This is an entire documentary called Root Cause, where they investigated the truth behind root canals and the laundry list of health problems that can develop if you leave root canals untreated or if you just leave them in your mouth, basically. The chances of them getting reinfected are basically like 100%. Like it's going to happen. It just comes down to whether it gets infected to the point of no return where you have to get it removed, or whether you can still salvage it by getting it retreated. And so today's update is that I finally got my last root canal removed out of my mouth. As you know, I did find a biological dentist here in Atlanta that does the ozone treatment, which is highly recommended as a way to completely remove all of the infection that root canals typically cause. Now, I am here 1 week later. Okay. Literally, it's been 1 full week since I got the last 3 teeth pulled. Two on this side, one on this side, 2 tops, one bottom. If you know anything about getting numbed in the top of your mouth, baby, there is little pain that is worse than those long needles in the roof of your mouth. Okay. So I had to get like 9 shots for these 3 teeth removed. One of the teeth had a bridge, so he literally had to like saw the bridge apart in order to remove it. It was traumatic, okay? It was pretty traumatic. But when I tell you, like 95% of my gut issues have resolved themselves since getting those root canals removed, I'm not lying. Okay. I have been going down rabbit holes of like gut health issues, taking these digestive enzymes, trying to figure out like what the F. I went and got an allergy test. Like I was really just trying to figure out why my digestion has been messed up. But now that a lot of the issues that I was experiencing have just completely resolved themselves, and all that I've done is gotten these teeth removed, I am of the belief that the infection in my mouth was causing the trouble with my gut. It's absolutely insane. But there's another Well Kept Wednesday episode when I talk about me going to get a foot massage, a reflexology massage, and a specific point, the stomach point on my foot, which was the exact same point connected to the tooth that I needed to get removed. It was all connected. So it is no surprise that my stomach issues are now clearing up because the tooth is gone. Y'all, this goes deep. And if that sounds crazy to you, if you're like, okay, Cole, what does your feet have to do with your teeth? What does your teeth have to do with your stomach? All of this is connected. But over here in America, Western medicine teaches us that everything is disconnected, that your mouth has nothing to do with your stomach, that your stomach has nothing to do with your feet, when in actuality, all of this is inside of one vessel, your body. So it's all connected. So again, if you have missed those 2 episodes where I talked about root canals, I talked about massage and how massage can be medicinal, run those episodes back. Okay. Your girl has been giving you the game. So get caught up with it. But if you have been having any type of mysterious health issues that you have not been able to get to the bottom of, and you also happen to have anything going on with your oral health, there may be some links. Okay. One might be the cause of that effect. All right. So get into it, check it out. And if you see your girl with a fresh set of Colombian veneers, mind your business. Okay. I am ready for it. At this point, I'm ready for them to just snatch out the remaining teeth and let's just replace them. Let's just replace them. And I did actually ask the biological dentist, like, how he felt about veneers. And he said that veneers can actually be protective. If they're done properly, they could actually protect your natural teeth. Again, if they are done properly. Okay, I'm not talking about getting no janky $5 veneers where you're going down to Miami and letting the veneer tech that got the $1,500 certification fix your teeth. That's not what I'm talking about, sis. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about going to a reputable professional. It could save your teeth. And so I might sign myself up for that. So that is my mouth update, my oral health update, I guess. Now, in other little known, less popular conversations, we are talking today about BC. And I'm going to put one BC over here, and I'm going to put another BC over here. Y'all know that the algorithms here on YouTube are very particular with what you talk about, and they will flag you really, really fast. And so I want to be careful with what I am saying out loud, but I also want to make sure we are on the same page. Okay, so I'm going to say it one time because I don't think I'll get flagged for saying it one time. So pay attention, because from here on out, I'm just going to say BC. Okay. So we are talking about 2 different BCs today. We are talking about breast cancer and we are talking about birth control. All right. Let's start with birth control and I got some research here that I'm going to read to y'all, because when I came across this information, as someone who was put on birth control at 14 years old by my parents out of fear for me being fast, okay, and was on birth control for more than a decade, this was alarming for me. Again, for someone who ingested birth control on almost a daily basis for more than a decade, this was alarming. And I feel like because this is not something that I knew, this is not information that was readily made available by the doctors that were prescribing me these pills. And because I haven't really seen anybody talking about this in mainstream media, I don't know of any news outlets reporting this information. This is your conspiracy news report, except it's not really a conspiracy because y'all can Google it and see for yourself. It's available right here on the internet in black and white. It is just not profitable information. Let's say that, because we know that the most profitable information is based on giving us prescriptions, getting us, having us rely on these pills and getting us signed up for these procedures. That is what is profitable. This information is not. Okay, so here goes. What's not talked about enough is the fact that hormonal birth control has been classified as a group 1 carcinogen. Did your doctor give you that warning? Did you read a warning label that said, I know you want to prevent an unexpected pregnancy, but you are increasing the chances of developing an unexpected cancer when you take this birth control. Is there a warning label that says that? I certainly didn't see one. And y'all, this has been since 2007. The World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer in 2007 classified hormonal birth control as a group 1 carcinogen. Okay. What exactly does a group 1 carcinogen mean? Okay, it's not enough that it is classified to be a carcinogen, which is a cancer causing agent, but a group 1 carcinogen literally means that it is the highest level of exposure. It is the highest level of risk. Okay. So it's like a misdemeanor crime versus a misdemeanor versus a felony. This is like a felony cancer causing uh toxin. Okay. Something that is being prescribed literally to teenage girls on a daily basis. And it's not just that it's being prescribed so young, it's being prescribed regularly, and it's being prescribed without giving the rest of the information that you are literally putting yourself or your child at risk, all in the name of preventing unwanted birth. When there are other ways to prevent unwanted birth, like abstaining from sexual activity, that is not a conversation that we are having enough. We are talking about abortions a whole lot. We are prescribing birth control a whole lot, but we're not talking about other things that can come from unprotected sex aside from babies, like diseases that don't go away. We are not talking about the emotional and psychological impact of being promiscuous with our sexual behavior. We are just talking about a band-aid. Okay. We're saying, hey, you can mask that thing with a little birth control. You can mask bad behavior with a birth control pill. You can hide from bad behavior with an abortion. But let's talk about preventing bad behavior. Let's talk about making better choices. And y'all, what in this conversation right now, I'm specifically talking about prescribing birth control to children because we don't want children having children. Instead of having these conversations with children about, risks beyond just babies, because there are far worse things, right, that can happen to you. You're literally putting your life at risk when you are engaging in risky sexual behavior. Okay. So there are just conversations that need to be had within the Black community. But what we need to stop doing is marching our daughters down to the doctor's office when they turn 14, 15, 16 years old, because we don't want to have an uncomfortable conversation about abstaining from sex. So we sign them up for what could be a death sentence by forcing them or encouraging them to ingest a group 1 carcinogen on a daily basis for decades. The majority of young girls that get on birth control before the age of 16 are going to remain on birth control through their 25th birthday at least. That's literally 10 years. And if you're doing it like you're supposed to be doing it as it's prescribed, it's on a daily basis. So you mean to tell me medical professionals who we are supposed to trust with our lives are knowingly prescribing our children with group 1 carcinogens because we are uncomfortable having tough conversations? Okay. The main concern is around the synthetic hormones, progestin and estrogen, which are found in most types of birth control, including pills, implants, and IUDs. Now, studies have shown that using hormonal birth control can increase your risk of both breast and cervical cancer. This happens because synthetic hormones can overstimulate breast cells, leading to an increased risk of tumor formation. So we're literally loading our bodies up, overloading our bodies with fake hormones, that disrupt the natural production of hormones within our body. And that overgrowth is what causes these tumors that develop into cervical and breast cancer. So, y'all, we are doing this to ourselves. The misinformation is leading to misdiagnosis, is leading to a lifelong of dependence on medication. And so we have to advocate for ourselves, but we can't advocate for ourselves if we don't have information. If we are not able to make informed choices, then we are left to make ignorant choices. Like, let me put myself on birth control for 10 years to prevent a baby that I could just make a choice, another informed choice to prevent, right? Maybe I'm going to choose to use condoms every single time that I have sex. The amount of people that I have heard say they don't like condoms, they don't like how they feel, they would rather risk their life because they don't like the way condoms feel. And risking your life, meaning choosing to have unprotected sex, that's a life risker. But now we know that choosing to take birth control instead of choosing to use a condom is also risking your life because it's a carcinogen. So take this information and do with it what you will. I believe in freedom of choice, but I believe that that choice should be rooted in truth. Now, once you have the truth, whatever you decide that you are going to accept to be your truth, then you can make whatever decision you are comfortable with based on that truth, okay? Based on that information. So take this and do what you will with it, but at least let it be in the back of your mind if you are a mother of a daughter that you one day might have to decide whether or not birth control is the right choice for them. Or if you are a woman who is currently on birth control yourself, this is something that you need to think about. Okay. It again is not the easiest, most convenient solution to have to use a condom, but convenience is killing us at this point. It's just convenient to pop a pill, a fake hormone every single day that is going to disrupt our natural systems and processes that our bodies need to go through. Okay. Something to think about. So that's our first BC, which leads us right into our second BC because our first BC, birth control, causes our second BC, breast cancer. Jesus Christ, breast cancer. Okay. So some of the little known causes and also some prevention. So I want to talk about some causes and then I'll talk about the prevention because causes are a lot of times things that we are doing on a daily basis or things that we have normalized, okay, as part of just our culture, things that we commonly do, like apply antiperspirant, aka deodorant. Now, antiperspirant and deodorant are not synonyms. Antiperspirant literally means anti-perspire, no sweat, against sweat, take away the sweat. An antiperspirant is supposed to stop you from sweating. That is what it is meant to do. A natural deodorant will not stop you from sweating, but it should stop you from stinking. Okay, that's the goal. So if you have ever tried a natural deodorant and you said it did not work because you still were sweating, that is what it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to stop you from sweating. It's supposed to stop you from stinking. Now, if it does not stop you from stinking, if you notice that you have an excessive smell, then that is a sign that you need to detox. That is a sign that you have an overgrowth, an overload of toxins in your body, because that's what that smell is the toxins leaving, escaping your body, right? But the antiperspirant, which keeps you from sweating, it keeps that sweat inside, is also trapping those toxins inside. So the less you sweat, the less the toxins are released from your body. The toxins come out through your sweat. So while that antiperspirant is stopping you from sweating, it's stopping you from releasing those toxins. So what does that cause? It causes an overload of toxins. Typically, the toxins get overloaded in our armpits, right? When our lymphatic system is not properly draining and those toxins are overloading us, those toxins are accumulating in our breasts. And at some point, it can turn into a tumor, and that tumor can, be a cancerous tumor. So by using antiperspirant, by not sweating, by not allowing your lymphatic system to properly drain, you are increasing the chances of developing breast cancer. Okay, so using Dove, using any type of traditional store-bought deodorant can lead to BC. The active ingredient inside of most store-bought antiperspirants is aluminum. And y'all, we can do a whole nother Well-Kept Wednesday episode on aluminum alone because the cookouts are killing us. Side note, okay, while we're aluminum foiling up our plates, while we are using aluminum pans to barbecue our meals, that is literally, again, even more toxins, more carcinogens. But again, another conversation for another day. But there's literally aluminum inside of your favorite deodorant, which is why it works so well. And that is literally what can cause BC, antiperspirant. Root canals. If you have not seen the documentary Root Cause, there is extensive research that links root canals on a specific side of your mouth with the development of a tumor, a breast cancer tumor on that same side of your body. Okay, so research was done that showed that a lot of women who, let's say, develop a lump, a breast cancer tumor on the left side of their body, also had a root canal on the left side of their mouth. Okay, so there is a strong link and a lot of research on the link between root canals and BC. Okay, so antiperspirant, root canals, biopsies, believe it or not, cannot necessarily cause cancer to develop, but there have been several studies that have shown that when you poke a tumor, a cancerous tumor, that can cause the cancer to spread. Okay, so now you don't just have a tumorous cancer in that one location. Now that you poked it, now that you stuck it with the needle, that cancer has dispersed. So now it's developing in other locations inside of your body. Mammograms do the same thing, y'all. And at a certain point in a woman's life, they recommend that you start getting mammograms regularly, where they are literally applying, I don't even know the exact amount of pressure, but a lot of pressure, y'all. They are, and if you've ever had one, which I have, and I'm not even of age yet, but in the midst of me being on birth control for all of these years, I developed fibroids in my breasts. This is what I found out later after getting this mammogram, because I developed a lump. Had to go get a mammogram and found out that it was just, I had fibroidic, I don't know if that's the word, but basically my breasts were prone to fibroids. That has never happened to me again. I believe that even that, developing whatever that was in my breast, was linked to the birth control. Okay, so when I'm telling y'all this stuff, it's not because I'm just some maniac that's, on TikTok making up stuff. These are things that for years I've been looking into personally for myself. And now that I have a platform, I'm like, let me tell as many people as I possibly can who may not have access to this information, or who may be experiencing things, but then you start doubting yourself, or you go to the doctor and you start telling them things and they start trying to minimize what you're telling them, or they start trying to tell you that what you're saying can't be real, or turning you away because these test results are seemingly normal. Y'all, I have had to like self-diagnose and doctor myself. Like really get my medicine woman on, really get my detective on and dig deep and figure out the root causes of some of these symptoms and some of these things that I was experiencing. We have to advocate for ourselves. We have to figure out how to medicate ourselves, how to treat ourselves, how to solve our own problems. Because when other people offer us solutions to these problems that they want us to pay for, it's usually in the form of prescriptions, procedures, and pills. Okay, so we have to learn how to take care of ourselves. So some of these common cancer causers: antiperspirants, root canals, biopsies, mammograms, and underwire bras. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Now, and even right now, ever since I had my first son 3 years ago, I have still been wearing my nursing bras ever since. I never stopped wearing them because they are so comfortable. They don't have underwire. And because you're nursing and your breasts are usually like fluctuating in size, they're tender, they're just going through all of the things that you go through when you're nursing. The bras are made from different material. They're made like in a different style to fit your breast in a different way, and they're just way more comfortable. So I stopped wearing underwire bras 3.5 years ago. However, it wasn't for this reason. I didn't even know that the way that underwires like restrict and literally dig into your breasts can cause breast cancer. It's a thing. So I'm not saying you need to stop wearing bras. That's not an option for everybody. But I am saying 1,000% you got to stop sleeping in bras. And I'm also saying 1,000% if you can find a non underwire bra. Now, I know everybody's breasts are different, and you might be like, girl, never in a million years will that work for me. It might not be for everybody. But if it's an option for you, it's definitely something that you should consider. Okay, so that actually is a cause, but it could also be a solution or a prevention. Switching to a non underwire bra and not sleeping in your bras. Okay, massage, and we talked about this on the massage as medicine episode, but breast massage can also be used as a preventative measure. Now, we are taught usually, like in sex ed, and your doctor will talk to you about doing a breast exam where you raise your arm and you do like the two finger and you're feeling for any lumps or bumps or, anything off. But you should also be massaging your breasts, like a whole hand, depending on the size of your breast. I just got a little something, but you should be massaging your breast. You can also do that with a dry brush. Okay, but you should be massaging your breast to stimulate the tissue. And if there is any tumors developing, by stimulating the tissue, you can literally keep them from forming. Okay, so massage can prevent breast cancer. Leaving the antiperspirant alone, switching to a natural deodorant can absolutely prevent breast cancer. I do not encourage you to switch to a crystal deodorant. Blink, blink, blink. Those can be a little tricky. Okay. Take it from someone who has tried and was very funky. Okay. That little crystal is funky as hell. Okay. I like Play Pits. It's a black woman owned natural deodorant brand. It is a kid friendly brand as well. They have um, adult deodorants that you can purchase, but they also have kid friendly options as well because we absolutely don't want to be loading our little girls up with aluminum, right? Okay, we definitely don't want to be placing any toxic chemicals on our children's skin. Last but not least, there is an oil. Okay, there is an oil called capsium oil or capsicum. I'm going to put it down below. Okay, capsicum oil, I believe, that has been known to shrink tumors. So you can literally get some of this capsicum oil, massage it on your breasts or anywhere on your body, really. And it has been known to shrink tumors. Okay. Hopefully, this conversation is full of information that, first of all, you didn't already know, but it's also information that you find helpful to you and also to someone that you love. Okay. I am a little animated, but a lot of these conversations that we're having could literally save a life. And so, as animated as I am also very passionate about these conversations because our wellness is truly in our own hands. Nobody is coming to save us. In fact, every single day we are bombarded by a system, actually several systems that are set up for us to fail. And so we are all we got. And I truly believe each one teach one. That's the whole point of my platform. That's especially the point of Well Kept Wednesdays is as I learn this wellness specific information, I have a safe space to share it with you. Now, before I let y'all go, Today we got to celebrate, okay? Because two of the three brand new planners that I have been working to develop are finally here, y'all. I'm going to link these below so you can check them out. But this well kept woman, the ultimate life organizer, is an absolute must have for any well kept woman that is trying to get your entire life together. Now, this is not just your ordinary planner, although there is plenty of space for you to take note and keep track of your daily to-dos, but there's also opportunities for personal development. So as you are reading new books, listening to personal development podcasts, you can take notes here and you can keep all of your action steps, all of your goals, all of your priorities, all of your affirmations in one place. Now, I have been known to have like 5 different notebooks that I'm using at once. And baby, it can be so confusing when I got all of my ideas scattered. So, this ultimate life organizer is meant to be a place where you can not only track your to do list, but you can also keep track of your monthly budget. You can keep track of your monthly meal plans. You can also get ideas for some must read books. So if you are an avid reader like me and you love learning, there are books in the back. There's also an estate planning guide. Not a sexy topic of conversation, but for grown ass women who are getting up there in age and birthing these babies that we have to make sure we are taking care of. Estate planning is absolutely crucial. Making sure that we have our affairs in order is crucial. Making sure that we have beneficiaries and accounts and directives and wills and all of the things in place. Again, it's not a popular conversation. It's not a sexy conversation, but it's absolutely necessary. So highly encourage you to check out the Well Kept Woman Planner as we approach a new year, but it is a dateless planner, meaning you can literally purchase it at any time throughout the year and you can start it that day. Okay, so it's dateless and it will carry you through a full year. So if you start it in October, it'll take you through the next October. So you can start it at any time. Now, this bad boy is a step above a planner. Okay, this is my brand new manifestation workbook. The And So It Is manifestation workbook has over 90 pages of activities, exercises, and challenges that are meant to help you manifest the life of your dreams. It also teaches you how to leverage AI, how to use artificial intelligence, specifically Chat GPT, to help you create the vision for your dream, but not just create the vision for your dreams, okay? There's also prompts in here that are going to help you with a productivity plan. So ChatGPT can help you map out a schedule that you can adopt to help you get closer to your goals. ChatGPT can help spell out the skills that you need to start developing to help you get closer to your goals. And inside of this workbook, I am giving you tons of prompts, tons of manifestation exercises, and I'm even giving you some lessons on how you can use universal laws beyond just the law of attraction to start living the life that you have been dreaming about. I am all about manifestation. I have manifested some mess and I have manifested some major wins. So, whether good or bad, I have absolutely seen the law of attraction work in real life. So, I have created these resources that I will link down below to help you manage your life, organize your life, and manifest your best life. But I also have some free manifestation resources that I will link down below as well. One of them is a free Chat GPT tutorial. So if you have no clue how to use Chat GPT, I'm sharing my screen and I'm showing you step by step what to type in, how to make it work for you. I also have a 5-day delusional dream challenge where every single day for 5 days, I'm sending you a manifestation masterclass and an activity in alignment assignment. So every day for 5 days, you are meant to give yourself permission to dream. You are meant to give yourself permission to get delusional with those dreams, because I really believe when it comes to manifestation, Delulu is the Salulu. Most of us are too rooted in reality. We are too caught up in our current circumstances that we don't allow ourselves the opportunity to use our imagination and dream about the destiny that God has for us. So this free 5-day delusional dream challenge is meant to give you an opportunity to do just that. And I am delighted to be your guide on this process. Last but not least, if you are looking for a community of like-minded, like-spirited women, the Well Kept Woman community has its doors wide open, and we are ready to welcome you. Inside of this community, you can not only get support after you go after, or as you go after your goals, but I am connecting you with wellness experts, with therapists for conversations, workshops, and providing you with resources so that you can not only do well, but live well. All of these resources are going to be linked down below. I thank you so much for tapping in with Well Kept Wednesday. And if you want to keep the conversation going, make sure you not only subscribe here on YouTube, but also subscribe to my podcast, Girl Stop Playing, where I am encouraging you to stop playing with your potential and start working for what you want in life and in love. Every single week, I'm bringing you the information and the conversations to help you make the money and get the honey. So if you are ready to have it all, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at Koereyelle, and tap into the Girl Stop Playing podcast. Thank you for tapping in. I'll catch you on the next Well Kept Wednesday.